Talk about a butt crack, people.
I was the healthiest fat kid you ever knew.
Exactly.
I fought my way out of the womb of the lion.
Business in the front and a hella ratchet on the back. Summer camp shit.
Would you kiss him if you could meet him? Open your ears, shut your mouth, snatch your experts, we're back. Open your ears, shut your mouth, snatch your experts, we're back.
Boom! And we're back, folks. We're back.
Quarantine style.
We're not really quarantined. We're essential up in this house. We all essential.
I've been essential.
Since day one.
Have you gotten a letter?
Oh, I got the letter. I got an email.
What the fuck's an email going to do for you?
If they pull me over, I got it right mobily.
Oh, I have a handwritten, well, no, not handwritten, but a self-typed letter with personalized saying the partner above stating my name that's typed out.
Yeah, your name.
You can come to work. Essential letter. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God. If they pull me over for going to work, I'm going to be like, piss off.
Guess what else?
We all essential.
Guess what else is essential? For our listeners to go to our Instagram.
Go there.
Follow us on YouTube.
You got nothing else to do until we go back to work.
Yeah. Follow us on.
Plenty of extra time. Waste a little bit of your time. You got an hour and a half.
iTunes, Apple
A
Podcast,
day for us.
Podbean, Spotify, Google Play.
They're all there.
Where else are we? I don't know. We're so many places right now.
Download them. Just use a little Wi-Fi. Download, then listen to them on airplane mode. Not wasting any
I don't give a
minutes.
shit what you do. Just listen.
If people
Follow.
still use minutes.
Quarantine yourself in. Go back and listen to our last. You got 4.5 hours to burn?
Or if you don't, just listen to it anyway.
The NFL draft.
If you're super
podcast.
busy, listen to it anyway.
That shit was hilarious.
It'll
Go
get you
back and
through
listen.
rough times.
Also, tough times, I understand. That's why you need a Teespring hoodie with the Not Your Experts logo on it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's still a little chilly out, folks. You might as well get it now.
You know,
They
it
getting
just
good.
hit me. Do we want to run a quarantine promo?
Yes.
25% off.
Yes.
What's our promo code? Throw me a promo code right now. God, you're throwing blanks, dude.
I feel like you got to have a good one.
Yeah, dude, give me a real quick.
I could really COVID-19. That's stupid.
That's stupid, dude.
I don't like it. But that's
stupid.
what pops in my head.
Sanitizer.
No. What's
for 25.
What's that game's name?
Oh my God! See, this is the problem. He's gonna
what is
sit
that
here.
game's name?
The game's name.
Where the Resident Evil is your.
That's
thing.
a long ass.
Evil Resident.
No, Evil 19.
Evil 19.
Evil 19 for 25% off.
I like it.
Starting tomorrow because I got to upload that shit because it just hit me.
Well, they won't hear this till like probably a couple days from now. So.
Oh shit! They won't hear that till.
So scrap that part.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
Go get you a t-shirt or hoodie now in the quarantine. Evil 19. Stupid. All right. So, being the quarantine, one of our favorite guests. Is he even a guest at this point? Is he a co-host?
He's a guest, I guess.
All right. So, Travis is going to join us remotely through the phone.
Yeah, first time doing this, but it's actually glad we have it because like the podcast people just knew, like, hey, something told Brandon to get this new caster, and they're like, hey, y'all don't know this, but we got a little inside information. There's gonna be a hella virus coming around. If you're gonna need this,
but if you want to know about the caster, though, we did an unboxing video.
We did
a couple months ago.
Watch it. You got time.
You got time.
Nothing else for you
hit that shit up. So we're gonna
make a sandwich, sit down.
We're also gonna
watch
be.
It, drink
I think we're gonna be joined
3.
by Travis's girlfriend Meg.
Yes.
Weird side note: I've never met Meg in person.
Cool chick.
We did a little test before this. I introduced myself to her through podcast world, telephone, real quick. Know nothing about her, but she's gonna be on it with us, I believe.
Thanks for the update, Brandon.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be weird.
Everyone cares if you know her or not.
Yeah, I would care. What if I ask a weird question and she's like, "You don't know me"? I'm like, "Well, obviously, I already cleared that with."
Well, this is how you get
listeners.
to know people. You ask them weird questions. That's what.
But if I don't want to be put on, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna go ahead and ring him in.
Yeah, ring him in.
See how it goes.
Let's hope he has a good intro.
We'll see. I wish you could hear the ringing. Oh, you can. The first time we didn't. Just waiting.
Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. What's up, my dude?
Welcome to Quarantine Style Podcasting.
What's happening, my man?
What are you doing?
Nothing. We're just hanging out on the couch.
What kind of couch?
It up.
Okay.
avoiding the COVID-19. It came from Wayfair.
How long did it take to get that? Is that a good site? I looked at a bunch of stuff on there.
It's sometimes on Wayfair you can pick it up from the big lots. Believe it or not.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Is it like a collaboration? Or does one own the other?
I do not know. I haven't looked into it. That is a legitimate question. Maybe one of the listeners out there will be able to hit us up on Not Your Experts Instagram or
NotYourExperts@gmail.com. Either one.
Hey, even if you have nothing else to do, you have all this extra time right now, you might as well go look up the answer for us and just hit us up.
Do the research.
I went on this long spiel before
lazy.
we called you. Meg is joining us, right?
Meg is here. Say hi, Meg.
Hello.
I went on the spiel that I didn't know Meg personally. The first time we introduced was a test before this. I just wanted people to know. I didn't know her, and if I ask weird questions, she knows.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, Meg? What do you do? How did you end up on this round little ball of earth and water that we live on?
Get the answer to the internet. We'll get to the bottom of her real quick.
You want to know right now?
Yeah.
I'm Meg from Long Island, New York.
What part of Long Island?
The Eastern End.
Are you from the Hamptons?
I'm from the Hamptons.
Oh, it's right here.
Moved down to Charlottesville about 6 years ago.
Charlottesville.
That's how I met this crazy person.
Hey, I missed that. Can you start over? I'm just kidding.
No, we're kidding. So, Meg, you're the first guest, new guest to the phone. So we have this answer the internet
She's
box.
one of the two first guests on the phone.
Actually, hold on. Meg is breaking ground here. Meg would be our first female guest.
Ooh.
Woo, woo.
And first female on the phone. That's two. That's two.
2 for 1-er. So we have this box from it's called Answer the Net. We're gonna pull 3 cards and we're gonna ask Meg the questions on the card.
How about 2?
Just 2? You want to do 2?
Yeah.
No, let's ask her all 3. Let's go ahead, boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We all hog it.
Let's do 3.
We all hog
group
it around
decision. Okay, let's do 3.
So Meg, you have to answer these full-heartedly and honestly.
Put 1 from here.
What if I don't want to answer them?
You have no choice. Then
crap.
You're kicked off the podcast if you don't answer.
And you're cut off. You seen what's that movie?
Does that sound?
Songs?
Is that bad? If our first female guest we kick off because she doesn't answer questions?
No, because we would do the same thing to a guy.
That's very true. We would.
It's equality. Equality. At its finest.
Yep. It's like
if you don't answer questions, fuck you. So bye.
So Corey's sitting.
Rude.
Corey's pulled.
Hey, we were watching Talladega Nights today, and I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Okay.
He's pulled 3 cards, random. He's pulled 3 cards randomly, so we don't know what they say. Corey's gonna read them to you, and you need to answer them.
Are there certain ones?
What do you
certain
mean?
Categories?
Well, there's Ask the Internet.
These are all Ask the Internet.
Oh,
or
are
Answer
they?
the Internet.
Oh, well, that sucks. But anyway, we'll go that way.
Oh, well, the cards have been chosen.
Do you want to reshuffle?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
reshuffle because Corey's not. I don't know what he's.
Are they
doing.
even shuffled?
No, we've barely used the deck of cards, dude.
So we didn't shuffle. Well, I picked them in 3 different
So
spots.
pull 1 from one end, 1 from the middle,
I
1
did
from the
that.
other. This is the worst
the
first guest impression we've ever had.
They're all
Yeah,
Answer the Internet.
this is pretty rough.
Do they all say Answer the Internet?
No, I don't. Maybe.
Oh, that would make more sense then.
Well, the game's called Answer the Net. To be
That's why I
honest.
asked.
Why are you so confused?
I could have left those cards. They're completely fine.
Oh my god.
All right, sorry guys, that was a big hiccup there. It's been a long quarantine day.
All right, Meg.
I'm ready, I think.
All right, first question: would you rather have only the internet or only TV, movies, and music? That is the stupidest fucking question.
Why?
That's something crazy.
Well,
That's
isn't it true that you can't have TV anymore without the internet?
Well, you can have TV, movies, and music. So you can watch TV, you can watch movies, and you can listen to music.
Cable.
But you can't look up anything. You can't go on
right.
You can't use the internet.
And vice versa. If you choose,
That doesn't make any sense.
but vice versa.
CDs.
If vice
So
versa.
you can't have YouTube? That is a dumb question.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
then I would just want to have the internet so I can go on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, but you can watch TV. I don't know.
No, I feel like this question, you can't watch a movie. You can't
I go with
listen
TV,
if you
movies,
choose-
and music.
But if you choose the internet, you can't watch music videos. You can't watch TV
It doesn't
shows.
say you can't.
But that's,
It says
that's the-
only
I
the
just said
internet.
you have the internet. That's a dumb question.
That is a
Yeah.
dumb question.
You heard
I'm
her here
axing-
first.
I'm
Wow.
axing that question.
You
I'm
ready?
taking my executive privilege.
Meg got
as
lucky.
The first phone-in guest. and I'm asking that question. We need the next one, and then we're gonna that one doesn't even count.
That one doesn't count. So hold on. Do we give her?
Let's go with the next two, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, we'll go next two.
Okay, I like.
All right.
Pressure's on.
These are.
You picked horrible cards from random. That's the problem. We didn't random. We could have like self-picked them before show, but this was like a last-minute decision.
That's a good one.
You can't self-pick them. That's cheating.
That is cheating.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Yeah, we won't do that because you can see us, right?
Would you watch a sex tape of your number one celebrity banging your arch enemy?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
There's your number one celebrity.
My number one
Good
celebrity.
question.
Ooh.
I know who it is.
Let me come up with my own answer.
It's
John
the guy.
Cena.
No, it's Ryan Gosling.
Okay, but the better question: who's your arch nemesis?
Now we're talking.
That's the better question.
Is this a real person
Yes,
or is
who the fuck
this?
do you hate from middle school?
No.
Yes. Put them on blast. Who do you hate from middle school?
No, but here's the best. But it's not a bad thing because they get to bang Ryan Gosling.
Listen, I don't hate anybody.
Unless it's
No,
a guy.
you can't. You deflected this question. Who's your arch nemesis?
Arch nemesis. You got to answer honestly, or you're off the podcast.
Technically, I don't have an arch nemesis.
No, that's a lie. Everyone has one.
You know what
You
you
have that
should do
one
next time?
Not everybody's Travis,
You
okay?
have that one person that
Just
you
make
found
up
out,
with
like, something
someone.
bad happened to them, you'd be like, karma's a bitch.
Dude, you could have dropped a random name and we would have never known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Susie
All
Colvin.
right. Fine. David Hablenko.
David Hablenko?
Yeah,
Travis, is that a real name?
It's a fake
Is
person.
that is probably a real name.
it is a real
Is
name.
he banging
Oh.
the shit out of Ryan Gosling? Or is Ryan Gosling banging the shit out of him?
Ryan Gosling's banging the shit out of him.
Okay.
Ooh, so that's double pleasure because you get to see Ryan Gosling bang a guy. Well, for you.
It doesn't sound like a sex tape I would really want to watch, though.
Okay, well that's gonna be an awkward sit for you. Sit and watch that.
I don't think so. I think she would enjoy it. Your arch nemesis
No.
in like non-pleasure situation from your like favorite celebrity. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. She's the one
I
that said
don't,
she
I don't
didn't
know
want to
who
watch
this
it.
guy is. We're going to have to re-listen to this.
No,
I'm going to have to
no.
look him up on Facebook.
We're gonna have to
I don't even know
Facebook this
his name.
fella.
have too many pocket photos.
He's going to listen to this and be like, oh, wow.
I hope not.
Hey, what was his name?
I'm not saying it again.
All right. Well,
Frank Blanco.
We're going to have
Shit.
to re-listen.
all right.
Blinko
If you're
or something.
if you're listening,
Blanco, yeah.
if you're listening, we would love to have your rebuttal. So if you can hit us up on not your experts at
Listen, he
gmail.com
was a
or
little
our
asshole,
Instagram,
okay?
you can have your rebuttal against Meg. We'll ask you the same
Yeah.
question.
He probably went around using his last name. Hey, I'm Blanco. What a douche.
All right. So Corey has another card. Do you have one or two more cards?
I got one card.
One card.
This is a
All
good
right,
one. This is a
ready.
All right,
doozy.
Meg.
I'm ready.
How much money would it take you to strangle a puppy?
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Oh,
I wouldn't. I would never. I would not strangle a puppy.
That's not true.
That's true. I would never strangle
$100
a
million.
It would take like $1 trillion for me to strangle a puppy.
No, that's bullshit.
Everyone's got a number.
No
2 mil.
emotional.
I'm-
No
2 mil.
emotional
Is
connection.
it being
I'm a
filmed?
woman.
Are-
This is what it takes when you have me on the podcast.
Are there-
It is emotional.
Are people going to know that I did it?
It doesn't say all that. I don't know.
Do I,
Let's
well, we got to make these rules. Do I have to pay taxes on the winnings?
no.
Oh,
ready.
now that's
No.
a good question.
No.
Oh, that's a
I would
great
say
question.
normal taxes.
No. Here's the thing. If you're stringing a puppy, it's
Then it would look weird if you didn't do taxes and be like, oh, why didn't you have to pay taxes?
no. But here's the thing. Stringing a puppy is not a public
puppy?
thing. This is an underground event, obviously.
What
Someone's
kind-
got the tape
what
just in case you run for president.
Is it a mutt? Is it like a mutt, or is it like a full-bred like corgi?
According to Brandon,
No.
you're asking too many questions.
It's a purebred English bulldog.
Oh,
It already has breathing problems.
They're
you know?
cute as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. 2 mil. 2 mil's my number.
$2 million.
2 mil.
One puppy for $2 million.
2 mil.
I mean, how many puppies did what's the Price is Right host kill?
Bob Barker.
How many puppies did Bob Barker kill?
He didn't kill any puppies. He just got his cat.
Dude,
he ended. Spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
My grandmother was on The Price is Right with Bob Barker.
No, wait a second. Wait a second. Meg.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Meg.
Don't toy with my emotions right now.
Hold on. Everyone be quiet. Meg, tell us the story. We got to hear this one. I don't know anybody that knows anybody that's been on The Price is Right.
My grandmother was on The Price is Right with Bob Barker.
Hold on.
She won a car.
Did she pay? Did she have to pay for it, or she just had to pay taxes?
I don't know the details. I wasn't old enough
so you
before
ruined
she
it.
passed away.
Oh.
All I know is she won a car, and it was one of those cars where it's got the big seat in the front.
Like a big Crown Vic, like an early 80s Crown Vic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if my grandmother was on The Price is Right, I would know the money amount she did on the.
I would know everything.
The
I'd have it
Showcase
on tape.
Showdown.
Yeah.
Listen.
Be like my passwords.
When she got called down, you know I don't know what it's called, but where they have like the little podiums and there are like 5
Come
contestants.
on down.
Yeah, and it's like
You are the next contestant
on
on
The
Price is right.
and they all come running down the steps like, yeah.
Did she play Plinko? Because that's my favorite.
Did she?
I don't know. Plinko's my favorite though too.
Did she bet $1 to get to the car? That's the question. Did
Like,
she?
she
No,
didn't
I
want
don't
the
think
car?
She did. I think she came close to the price of whatever the betting was, and then the car was the thing that she had to when she walked up on stage. They were like,
But
"You can win this car."
But she got to spin the big wheel, right?
Yeah, did
Yeah,
she make it to the
she did
showdown?
Dude, that's dope.
She did not make it to the showcase.
Oh.
Showcase.
The Showcase Showdown.
She did not make it to the showcase.
But she got to spin the big wheel.
But she won the car.
All right.
And it was my mother's family car for most of her life.
But she had to pay taxes on that car, correct?
I'm sure she had to pay taxes on the car.
Okay.
You
How
know,
many people?
I might have to ask my mom about some of these things, then I'll get back to you guys. But I'm pretty sure she had to pay taxes.
Yeah, a follow-up report, at least 4 paragraphs would be great.
Yeah.
Sure, got
You can either join the next.
If this was 7th grade English, they tell you need an intro paragraph,
Yes.
a conclusion paragraph, and 2 body paragraphs.
We'd love a great book.
Make it
We'd
work.
love a report on this whole thing. You can either
Times New Roman, size 12, single space, please.
join Travis
APA?
on the next
APA?
podcast,
I don't even know what that is, but
or
yeah,
send
sure.
your report for Travis to read on the podcast. Either one. But we want all the deets.
You got it.
Okay.
We're also going to upload a couple videos next week of us singing kids' books for children
What?
to go to sleep during this quarantine time. It's very nice. Very nice.
Oh, do we still have that go the fuck to sleep book?
Yes.
You should let me read the mouse in the cookie book.
Dude,
Oh,
we're
I
doing-
read
Yes.
that to my
You
cousin.
but you got to get super hammered
Do you
and
want
then
to
read it.
Travis, do you want to come here to record it, or do you want to send us remotely a video?
I'll go there. I trust you guys. I've already been around you during quarantine time.
Yeah, dude.
Good
Dude,
thoughts.
Meg also recently tested negative for
Oh,
COVID-19.
Good for you.
well, she's in the medical field, correct?
I am, yes.
Okay, so do
Tell us a
you?
little bit more, Meg. You can't just say that and not. What do you do?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Where do you work?
Ooh.
I work at Encompass Health, UVA Encompass Health, the rehab hospital.
Oh, but
we
you're
do
doing
not
rehab.
we do not currently have any cases.
Yeah, but you're doing
of-
rehab. Nobody's coming in to. If they
Listen,
feel sick, they're not going to come do rehab. They'll probably skip it, or they're just not going to come because
It's
they don't want to be
inpatient.
exposed.
it's
inpatient.
inpatient, so the hospital's sending them
Right.
over.
Do they
Oh.
because you're in the
So-
medical? Do they require you to get tested more often, or is it just kind of like a?
She thought
No,
she
I
had
got
it, bro.
tested because I did actually have a virus.
Oh shit!
I went to work on Tuesday and was sent home because I had a fever and a cough and all that kind of stuff.
Can't believe you went to
And-
work and scared all those people.
Well, listen,
This isn't
no,
the
we
time
weren't-
of day for that,
so-
Meg.
My
Good
job is
precautions.
now taking temperatures and stuff like that before you're actually allowed on the floor. So
Mm.
they made me stand outside.
A lot of
And
places
I,
are going to that. Well, Walmart just did their
Construction's
thing.
not.
Walmart just did their thing where they're like letting less people in and they're checking all their employees for temperatures before
I
they
did
start.
see that. Weren't they only going to let
Except for that crazy lady that
three-
snuck through the gate today.
Well, I think she worked there.
Yeah, she needs the
Yeah,
temperature
but
checks.
before her shift started. Before her
And
shift
you're not
started.
allowed to go in groups of more than 2 or
That-
something.
That's right, and it's only if you need to get help picking up heavy stuff, and that's why.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well-
I don't know if that's true, but it sounds good.
Well, I can't help you, Corey, because I think both of us could pick up everything in Walmart.
We're gonna get the big TV today. I need it.
So we went to the ABC store today because we're super paranoid and we don't want our liquor stock to get low.
Yeah.
and they're
Was
running.
there a line?
No, but like they have it set up.
3 people in the store at once.
So
and they go get the liquor that you want.
4 people. The way their like setup is 4 people at a time. So it's like each register has a person waiting to get to the register, and a person that is at the section where like the employee goes to get what you tell them to get, and they bring it to you. So like you have to walk in and be like, oh, I want Jack Daniels. He goes to the aisle, brings it to you. You go to the next station and wait for the register to open.
So you can't be like, I want a bourbon. I don't really know what I want. Can I look at the bourbon aisle?
Nope.
I guess you could ask him, can you bring me each bottle until I decide?
I don't know, but because here's the thing, like we were talking earlier, like, okay, just like have somebody at the door, like, according to your square footage, like 3 people in this store. But then you let the 3 people and they're all touching bottles, putting them back, right? And if you're infected touching bottles and putting it back, then somebody comes in after you touching the same bottle. So I guess they're trying to limit, like, how many people can touch certain things by letting the employees.
How many people are breathing on the bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like getting real
And
too
what
close,
if
reading
one
the
worker
labels.
has it, then you're all, fuck.
Oh, he was wearing gloves, though. They were wearing gloves.
Gloves and a mask.
Well,
Just to make you feel better.
Here's the
It doesn't
best
really
part.
do
So
They'll set down the bottle on the table before you pick it up, too, so
Yeah.
there's no contact whatsoever.
So, like, me and Corey went together, like, and you're trying to, like, there's no explanation of how this setup is, but you just see tape on, like, the ground outside and inside. And Corey kind of opens the door, and I'm just like, well, go in. And he's like, hesitant. And he's like, he goes in, and I kind of hold the door, and the dude's like,
wait
hey,
outside.
He's like, hey, boss, hold on. I'm like, okay. So I close the door, and Corey does his, and I kind of get the gist of how they're doing it. And we do the whole thing, and we go to the truck, and Corey goes, yeah, so I kind of panicked when I got in there.
I like wanted something different, like whiskey wise, and I was like, Basil Hayden, and he's like, big or small? I was like, small? Like, you pick? I don't know.
Yeah. Like it's not intimidating, but like it kind of throws you off. I'm in there and I'm like, I kind of know what I want, but I couldn't think of the name. I'm like, double oaked. Who makes double oaked? Double oaked. He's like, oh, I got you, and he's just like cut me off and went and got it. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Because
I feel like it kind of brings you back to the feeling of being when you first turn 21 and you walk into a liquor store.
Yes.
And you kind of have that panic. Like when you first walk in, you're like, oh God, I got to really like figure out what this place is and like know what I want. Like, where do I walk in the store?
Right.
And like, what do I do?
And
So we went to a liquor store last weekend before, like, it was still like they were only allowing 10 people in the store at a time. And like I walked in first, and there was like 3 employees, and like I didn't think anything of it. And then Meg walks in.
Yeah, I walked in and I opened the door, and they were all staring at me, and I just looked at them and I was like, "Am I allowed in?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay."
Well, they're like, hold on. If you're in here, raise your hand. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you're good.
Yeah, and there was just like 3 of them staring at me as I like walked through the aisles, and I felt like I needed to act like I knew what everything was or something, even though I'm 29 years old.
And so I went in before her, like legitimately like 2 or 3 minutes before her, and then she came in after me, and then like I went to go talk to her, and they're like, "Oh, he knows her?"
Yeah, they were all weirded out. It was super weird.
It was a weird experience.
Or then the other thing is like when you if you go to hand your card to somebody, or if like they're trying to hand you a bag, have you guys gotten like delivery or anything yet where they like kind of want to leave it in a place, or they're not sure if they want to hand it to you? Like, it's just super weird right now.
No, so here's the best part.
What you should do is reach out and like when you grab it, just touch their hand and be like, "Oh, I'm
like,
sorry."
Grab their whole hand like you're gonna
Grab
take
him,
it.
I'm
grab
so
him,
sorry.
like, by the forearm and be like, "Thank you for everything you've done."
No.
You might want to wash that.
Get really close to their face and
Yeah.
say thank you.
Yeah. So I think Thursday, like, I woke up and like I was like, fuck, I need something to eat before I go to work. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna order Domino's. So you go to Domino's, I went to the app, and their whole thing is like, oh, our delivery driver will leave it at a like clean place at the door, no contact, whatever. I'm like, cool. So I did the tracker, and I'm like, he's coming, and they're supposed to sit there and watch you come get it off the like front porch or whatever. So I'm just like kind of
chucks it out the window.
with the dogs. Like I'm up there to be prepared because of the dogs.
Yeah.
So I put the gate up. I'm like, cool, they won't get to the door. And I'm sitting there, and the dude comes to the door, rings the doorbell, and just kind of stands there. I'm like, I'm in this awkward position. Yeah, I'm in the awkward. I'm like, all right, he's just standing there. Am I supposed to go to the door? Am I supposed to wait till he leaves? I'm standing there, and I literally left him at the door for a good 30 seconds, and he's just standing. I'm like,
he's like waving at you.
You peeking out the window?
Yeah, I'm
like, what are you doing?
I'm like, I think you're supposed to leave it, bro. Like, put it down.
Just drop the pizza.
Yeah,
just drop it.
Dude, I'm not. He just stood there. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I just answered the door. I didn't care at that point. But I'm like, your whole website says we'll leave it at your step, no contact. And he's just like, hey, I'm right here. Come here. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Are you following protocol, sir? Because I don't think you are.
It's the weird dude that months ago gave me dog treats out of his pocket.
Yeah, that dude is creepy.
He gave you dog treats?
Yeah, out of his pocket. Because
Aww.
That's not all. That's creepy. He's like a pedophile for dogs.
Sweet.
It's
like free candy dogs.
Pizzas in the past?
Well, guess what? Our dogs didn't get the treats.
Dude, those bitches are white.
Did you get the treats?
No, he gave them because our dogs.
You don't
barking.
accept treats from a man,
and he's like,
disrespectful.
he's like, oh, where is he? I'm like, oh, we locked him up so he didn't come to the door. He's like, oh, we're here, and he just reaches in his pocket and he's like, here, and hands me 2 dog treats. I'm like, oh, thanks. And I kind of just got the pizza, walked to the trash can, threw the dog treats away. I was like,
our mailman used to give our dogs treats.
That's a different connection, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Well,
how often do you order Domino's?
Yeah, not that often.
Not that
so
often.
The mailman drops off your mail all the time.
Not every day. Like our USPS guy used to have dog treats, and he'd always, when Trout was at my parents' house, he'd always give him a treat. And Trout would he knew that Trout was friendly, he wouldn't bite him, but Trout might jump on him. So he was always there was no issue, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, you're just excited, you won't bite me, you know what I mean? And he'd give him a treat, and Trout would be all fucking excited.
But here's the
jumping
difference.
all over him, and he'd deliver the mail, and he'd just go on.
That's a daily connection.
Yeah.
The Domino's pizza guy is a once every 3 months connection.
Also, the guy.
Let's be honest, you guys are ordering Domino's more than every 3 months.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't had Domino's in forever.
It's very
I want Domino's.
Domino's is one of those
Brandon got sick off it one time. We went in a long time.
We have 6 frozen pizzas in the fridge right now because we wanted to do the frozen pizza challenge. But
we've been
what is that?
We've been recording
That's
us
what,
eating frozen food because we're on quarantine. And we've been rating them. We've been making videos where we rate them.
But side note,
You
we're
rape
also
'em?
dieting, so it's
Rate
the only
them.
meal we're allowed to have a day.
Where are you? Where are you posting these videos?
We don't have. The problem is we don't have any video editing software.
Oh,
I have a Chromebook.
Brandon does.
do you want to post them under the Not Your Experts YouTube?
Oh yeah, we definitely do. Shoot us. I'll send them over to you.
All right, cool.
As full files. You edit them and have fun with them.
Yeah,
Just
you
do whatever
gotta
you
edit
want with them.
All right,
I
cool.
look real awkward in the very first one, though. So
That's the best time though.
But we're giving them ratings and stuff. We need graphics made for our ratings of the first. But it's really fun and being locked in. It's just something it's
something to do.
something to do.
Exactly. So last weekend I came up with this. It was me and Corey like whiskey. So I was like, let's go get some airplane bottles, and we'll try to by taste decide which one's which. So we'll number them and be like, oh, this one's Jack Daniels, this one's this, and try to taste and decide which one's which blindly. So by the time I got to the ABC store last weekend, they were closed. It was 7. And we're like, oh, we'll do it this weekend. So when we
forgot, we got distracted because all the new tables and shit.
Yeah, we didn't forget.
You panicked when you walked in there.
We didn't forget, but
vodka.
In my mind, I'm like, how do I ask for? Hey, so I just want airplane bottles. Can you get me 12 different ones, this one, this one? I'm like, I can't ask for that.
Oh, you definitely can.
You can.
No, you can. I just would have felt awkward asking. He's like, why is this
That's
fucking?
the thing. There's pressure when you walk into the liquor store. There
There
doesn't need
is.
to be.
No, normally there
always
isn't.
the pressure.
I want to get a job there right now because I can go in there and then just be like, someone comes in, can I get? Hold on, I know what you want, and then just go get something random and be like, have a good day.
Well, our ABC store, there's no pressure because we're best friends with everyone that works there.
Every time I go in, the one dude tells me, "Yeah, our sales are up again today. We sold over $7,500 so far." I'm like, Great. And how much is that?
Like, me and Corey know the books of our ABC store because we get told them every time we go. Like, literally, he's like, yeah, so since this started, we normally sell 43 bottles of Jack Daniels a week. Last week we sold 94. I literally have stock for another week of Jack Daniels. I'm like, that's cool, dude. What are your plans? And he's like, hold on, let me get my books. He brings them out, folds them out. So as of right now, here's the numbers. I'm like, and he's like, here's the pie graph and everything. I'm like, damn, dude. I'm just here to grab a bottle. I don't need to know all this information.
So you don't have a public bathroom? All right.
And this is exactly the reason why, like, the liquor stores have not closed. It's because it's such a great, like income source for the state, especially when people like me are on unemployment right now.
Yeah.
That's what I said. We're not essential workers. We need people to pay taxes still. And these are the dumbasses that are going to still go to work.
Well, I don't know. Where I work, Cintas, we do clean hospital products. So
yeah, some places are essential.
Okay?
But me building a community center has nothing to do with helping anybody.
That's very true.
And me building a data center has the thing is like it's ridiculous because like right now I'm on unemployment and I'm bringing home more a week than I would working a 40-hour week. So why would I not take my furlough and sit on my ass and make $1,000 a week?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
You're getting a nice break and you're still getting paid.
More than I make.
Yeah, I was thinking about hiking the Appalachian Trail, but they closed it down.
Yeah, they closed all the
Can't even fish, bro. Can't even go fishing.
That's the problem, though. Like, they were like, everything, like, leisurely is, like, closed. Like, bowling, movie theaters.
Did River close down its parks? Because Charlottesville hasn't yet. We went...
You can fish Chris Green Lake.
I went fishing on Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday, yeah.
Maybe they just closed down, like, charter fishing and shit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of... I'm sure, like, Mountain Run and Lake Pelham are still open in Culpeper.
You think? I don't know. I thought about... I'm off Friday, so I thought about taking Kodiak to the dog park and Mountain Run, so I'll find out.
Yeah. But, I mean, everyone's, like, pretty respectful out there, too. Like, people keep their distance. Like, you're not on top of anyone. Like...
I'll just start yelling 6 foot.
Yeah, I went fishing.
6 foot!
I caught a little fingerling bass. Like, it was the tiniest... I was running this buzzbait, and I caught the tiniest bass possible on this bait. Like, this bass was literally, like, 6 inches long. And I was like, how did you even get your mouth on that?
I don't know.
That's what she said.
I don't know either. Like, that's what she said. Meg with the zinger.
The zing!
All right, so we've covered a little bit of quarantine. Can we talk about the biggest news out? Tiger King?
Shit's crazy.
I think that's like the biggest thing going.
Meg, you gotta be closer to the mic.
I gotta be right back.
I don't know. What is she? She seems super echoey, but we'll let it.
Sounds like she's walking away.
Quarantine style.
She had to get some chapstick.
Oh yeah, dude.
Can't have nothing.
Dude, podcasting gets your lips chapped.
Public service announcement. Keep those lips moisturized. Nobody likes a chapped lip. You start cracking. It looks disgusting.
Time out. Who cares about chapped lips? This is not a time to be kissing people, Corey.
You still got to keep up appearances. You know, we will.
Who's gonna see you?
FaceTiming.
A lot of FaceTiming. A lot of Zooming.
But nobody wants a dry lip.
Dude, if you could have bought stock in Zoom like a month ago, oh my God.
It's actually gone down a lot. So it like spiked up and then it went down. I've been on this because I've been sitting at home trying to day trade. Also, I'm up $40 in my day trading.
Nice.
Nice.
But
but like a month ago, like you could have bought Zoom stock for like $30. It shot up to like 150 at one point.
And it's dropped back down to like 45 now.
Is it back down to 45?
Yeah, because of all their security issues, and then Skype's coming out with like a new thing that's actually way more secure than Zoom. So like this dude, I read this article, and this dude was giving his dissertation, his PhD dissertation over Zoom. And the thing with Zoom is like when you share that code to like join a Zoom meeting, it like if a bunch of people share it, then it's out there and you can't tell who joined the meeting. It's not really secure. And this dude started drawing like dicks all over like the dude's presentation while he was giving his dissertation. And then he wrote the N-word
Well,
no,
I didn't watch it, but
Yeah.
I saw that.
And this dude was giving his PhD dissertation like in front of a
That's
board of
great.
like people, like in front of professors of the college. His parents were watching. His friends were watching his dissertation, and like he was defending his dissertation, and this dude was just writing the N-word and drawing dick.
That's hilarious.
They all thought it was
No one
him.
knew who it was. Like it's like a whole thing right now. It's like people trying to find like random Zoom meetings that they can like drop in on and just like do tons of inappropriate shit on.
That's hilarious.
Well, I didn't watch it, but I saw a thing where like how like a lot of schools are doing classes over Zoom and stuff now, where this guy was going through and just joining random like lectures and classes through Zoom. It's like,
oh yeah, it's like an issue.
Yeah, like he could just literally go in and I guess if you had like the I've never used Zoom, so I don't know how it works, but I guess you just had like certain passwords and like usernames or whatever. You
It's
could
like
just
a
sign.
code.
Yeah, a code.
like
You
a
could just
code.
sign into anything.
Email with a link.
Right. So if you
Good
got your
shit.
hands on that link, you could literally sign. You could join any conversation through Zoom.
That's awesome.
Join anything.
So that's like so many like TV stations and like radio stations are using Zoom to like get their product out. And if you get your hands on that link and you could go live to like a radio show, would be hilarious.
Dude, I mean,
I would literally just sign on and yell, "Not your experts," and sign off.
the world is your oyster.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably somewhere out there where you can find these links easily. Like if you just Google Zoom links, something's going to come up where you can get these links. It has to
Well,
be.
no, like what's happening is like people are posting like those links on 4chan,
Oh, yeah,
and then-
yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, this is a link to my like history discussion today. You guys have fun with
My
it."
hit
Mhm.
class.
Yeah, because like gyms and
Michael.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. My gym, that's what they use. They use Zoom, and because anybody can log into it.
Your gym?
Yeah, my Y, the YMCA.
Yeah,
I remember.
Like she does Taibo and Taibo classes.
No, that's cool. Like that's cool they do classes.
You still do Taibo?
I don't do any of them, but
Oh, but they're
Just Taco
there's
was that line from was that line from that train song?
What train song?
I don't
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it right now.
It's like from Drops of Jupiter.
Just Jupiter in your hair.
Just top over, she doesn't do man. Now see at the time to change
Dude, we're doing our own little concert here. Let's go.
We're just giving
Listen,
people what they want.
Linda.
Listen.
Listen.
My apartment complex had a Sip in Solidarity at 5:00 on Friday night. So we
Ooh.
went out on the porch, and Travis started playing guitar, and we started singing, and people across the way were like clapping.
Dude,
And
that's
then
awesome.
One of my coworkers who lives like a couple apartments above me, she texted me and was like, "Is Travis playing the guitar and singing right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
And she said,
was-
"Can you tell him to please stop?" We all know.
she put in some song requests that we played for her. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome.
That would be fun.
No, we have like Corey. I got Corey a cajon for Christmas. So Travis is like one night we just like got done with the podcast,
Fun.
and him and Travis were jamming out, and I don't know what I was doing. I was just fucking trying to fit it in anywhere I could. But it was a good time.
Listen, that's what I normally do. I come from a family of musicians, and I got zero talent, so I just sit around and listen and don't know what the hell I'm doing half
Right.
the time anyway.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
give me a triangle. I can ding a triangle every few
Oh,
seconds,
I'm so good at the triangle.
right?
I'm
Or
so good at
cowbell.
that.
No one beats Gene at the
Oh.
cowbell.
It always needs more cowbell. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
We don't have that many songs that's got cowbell in it.
All right, so Meg's
What
back,
she does
right?
in the sketch.
So we brought it up. Meg's back, so we're gonna go back into it. Tiger King.
And then Bill Simmons says, "We need more cowbell. We need more cowbell."
I
Question.
got a fever, and the
Question.
only medication for that fever is more cowbell.
Here's a question for your fever. Did Carol feed her husband to a tiger?
Yes,
Yes, hell yeah.
100%.
with sardine oil.
Did you see that even O.J. Simpson tweeted that he's pretty sure
And he's
that
an expert.
Carol
And he's an
Baskin
expert.
Yeah,
said
that's
he's an expert.
that's the pot calling
we
the kettle
might not
black.
be the experts, but he for sure is the expert.
If he knows a murderer,
If he would have said,
if
"I'm
anybody
the
knows
expert,"
a murder, he knows a murderer.
that would be hilarious. Listen, people, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
She killed her husband.
All right, have you seen like the little meme where it's like, what's the dude's name that bought the? I keep forgetting his name.
Jeff Lowe.
Jeff Lowe. Did you see where like
Lowe?
Jeff
Fuck
Lowe?
Joe Lowe.
Jeff.
Jeff Lowe. Fuck Jeff Lowe.
Fuck
Did
Joe
you
Lowe.
see where they put a picture of Carol's first husband
Yeah.
next to him?
Yeah, we did see that, and it kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
It's way too similar.
Makes sense though.
Yeah,
it
it was weird.
It would make sense why Jeff dresses like gangster to kind of throw the like look off.
That's not gangster.
It
I don't know
really
what that
throws
is.
his look off, and the fact that he's also like
A douche.
always into having like multiple orgies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like he's totally not the same person that he was before.
But
Yeah.
here's the
Probably
thing.
because Carol scared the crap out of him. Or
She was
something.
gonna feed him to tigers if he didn't stop.
Here's another link though.
He
Jeff
tried to feed him to the
Jeff
tigers.
has Jeff's been arrested for domestic violence against like females.
He choked his first wife.
Yeah. Carol left him supposedly
It's true.
because he was abusive.
It's true. It's
So
very
like
true.
there's so many connections and they look alike.
Yeah.
And here's another thing, like
Illuminati did it.
Carol, I'd say Carol gave him a money up front, like $2 million or whatever, because she killed her husband, got the money. So he got to live this lavish lifestyle, like mansions and whatever in Vegas. So
And
when
tigers.
So when he went to meet Joe, it looked like he was this big millionaire when
And
he
she
met
set
him.
up.
Exactly. So like that was
my
like
real question about Tiger King is, what do you guys think about his nipple tattoos?
hold on. What nipple
Where
tattoo?
they're like gunshot
This is
wounds,
the
aren't
wrong
they?
show. We're talking about 90 Day Fiance.
No, Tiger King.
Who?
He's got like
Oh,
gunshot
no.
wounds, aren't they?
Who?
We're talking about. She's talking about 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
God,
when
Joe
the-
doesn't have it.
Joe doesn't have any nipple tattoos.
I'm sitting there like, I watched this whole documentary. Nowhere that they bring up nipple
Oh, I
tattoos.
just fucked that up.
So there's this guy on 90 Day Fiance who has nipple tattoos, but that's neither here nor there. It's a entirely different show.
What are the nipple tattoos though?
Wait, Joe has nipple tattoos.
Joe does
doesn't
not
he?
have any nipple
He has
tattoos.
Does he have
gunshot
the bullet-
tattoos.
The bullet
He has
tattoos.
the bullet tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. My bad.
All right, here's. Can we all agree that the best part of the show was Joe's eulogy for
Oh
his
my God.
second husband?
Yeah. that
No.
was- it was sad.
No, it wasn't. He's like,
Sad.
I was, when I'd be sitting at a computer writing a document to a senator or congressman, and Travis would just come up and stick his balls right on my face. And if y'all work here, y'all know everybody's seen his balls, his beautiful golden nuggets. Yo, I would have to stop this motherfucker from talking. I'd have to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He wasn't gay.
Who? Oh, yeah.
it
That's
doesn't matter. The
but
dude's
that's
so
the-
high on meth, he's putting his nuts on people's
best
face
part about
while they're at
Joe-
the computer. He didn't know what he was.
I
He's
don't.
a damn
I
tiger.
don't understand how Joe's not president. Because if you can,
Yeah,
if
why
you
is
can,
Joe not governor?
if you can't convince two 100% straight guys to marry you, how did you not convince
Meth. He didn't use the meth.
the United States to not vote for you? Like,
That dude had such bad meth mouth. He was missing teeth.
okay,
Yeah, it was bad.
But
He drives at 10 and 2, Brandon.
told the
He drives
story.
at 10 and 2.
when Travis first he told the story. So Travis, how straight are you? I'm pretty straight, and then he ends up marrying him. Like he
likes watching the big ones.
He was convincing enough to get two straight men to marry him. How did he not win at some point in his political
Hey.
career?
130 tigers is 130 tigers, dude.
All right. And so the other thing that makes me angry is like when they're like, oh, they found 5 tigers that he killed. Like he shot him in the head. Like, have you if you ever owned a large animal like a horse, like
For years.
for years, like if there was 5 tigers that he had to put down,
I've never owned
like,
any large
That's
animal.
what I'm. Yeah.
When you need to get rid of a horse, you just shoot it in the head.
Yeah.
It drops where it drops because they're so fucking heavy. You can't move them.
Yeah.
Like if you had to put down 5 tigers and he had 130 of them, that's pretty reasonable over like that long of a time.
Like he said they were sick. Most of them got sick,
Yeah.
and that's why he
Yeah,
had to do
you
it.
put him down. But here's the one that kind
They
of was.
tried to use that as evidence against him.
That's
though.
fucked up. I'm a free Joe guy. Like first off,
No, Joe
Baptist
needs to be
probably
free.
Deserves to be killed. I would do it in a heartbeat. Like, just give me
Don't
a chance.
kill anybody.
I wouldn't kill her. I would
Travis,
just scare her enough
Travis,
that she'd have a heart attack.
Right now, $3,000. I'll give you the same deal Joe gave the old boy, $3,000.
My favorite.
Actually, the deal was
is not worth it.
$5,000.
$5,000 before and $5,000 after. Joe shorted him out at $2,000.
No,
I don't think he actually gave him the money for that. I think he gave him $3,000 to just leave because he didn't want him there, and it was like a severance package.
Well, if you hear like Joe's point, like he's like, Jeff told, he's like, here, we'll just give him $3,000 to leave. Like Jeff told Joe to give him money to leave.
What was the guy's name? Alan or something?
Yeah,
Alan. Yeah.
Alan.
You know who I feel bad for?
With the teardrop. Let's just call him Teardrop.
I thought his name was Gary.
He had the little drop.
Ranky, stand-up guy. I would hire him to do anything.
Ranky,
Oh,
which
the
one was
guy with
Ranky?
the
No
two
legs.
No legs. Zip line.
No legs.
Yeah, zip line.
He was a good employee. That guy.
No, he was great.
Like, I feel bad for him.
But they all testified against Joe, though.
He didn't.
I'm
He
pretty
didn't.
sure he testified. Like, I don't know
No,
if
he
he
didn't.
testified against him, but the shit he said didn't help Joe in the long run.
No,
He didn't
didn't.
testify at
The
all.
guy with the long hair testified against him. Ranky
Okay.
didn't testify.
Okay,
against
okay.
Because the guy against the long hair testified against him because he had traveled across state lines to deliver tigers, and that's
Right.
what the FBI had against him. So they said, look, we're going to charge you with this
Unless you
unless
testify.
you testify against it.
Right.
Because we know that you've transported tigers across state lines, which is technically illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Eric, his name's Eric, that's why Eric testified against him.
Right.
It's all fucked up. It's a completely fabricated case.
It is.
That,
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, Joe did some illegal shit, but who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Like,
He doesn't get 22 years for doing it.
About this.
Now,
And then they said the one dude, Alan, said he went to Florida, and when he was on the stand, he said he made it to Florida, and then all the other
he
stuff.
couldn't help himself but party.
Yeah.
But he never actually went to Florida.
shows that he never went to Florida.
Exactly.
Right.
He
He
said
went
I
to
never.
Georgia.
He said I pussied out. I never made it.
Well, no, he said
That's what he said in the-
supposedly the word is like he like quotation mark I pussied out like
Nobody said that in the
That's what it-
before,
no,
and
but-
then he said again. He said supposedly.
but that's what I'm saying. He's like putting in like oh supposedly I pussied out like in his head he was never gonna do it, but everybody's saying oh you pussied out you were supposed to do it is like how he was
All
trying
right.
to word it.
The other elephant in the room. Do you see at the end of like episode was it 8, where Doc Antle's like place got raided in December of 2019,
That's not
and they
true.
didn't give us any fucking detail.
They're not true.
Yeah, Doc
It's
Ansel
not
was
true?
just on this past weekend. Corey,
Really?
you listened to it, right?
Yeah.
Did he talk about it on there?
Yeah, he did. He said he bought some. So the Commonwealth of Virginia went down to his property because some guy that owned a zoo in Virginia had 3 lion cubs that he couldn't take care of anymore. So he gave or sold them to him or gave them to him or whatever, and he never like documented or told anybody. So the magistrate or whatever came down and they got DNA from the lions to make sure they were the actual lions, and then they just left. He said.
Mm.
I mean, the dude's crazy. Let's admit, everyone in the documentary was batshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Anybody that owns a tiger is probably a little batshit.
Hey,
And also,
Well,
the Doc Antle dude, supposedly he doesn't have all those wives. Half the women they showed were like his like brothers or whatever wives, his son's wives, his nieces,
Mhm.
his granddaughters
Yeah,
and shit too.
That's exactly what they would say.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Like,
know,
once
but
you
I'm
get
just saying.
backlash, once you get backlash, you'd be like, oh yeah, well this isn't true.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm just saying. So there's
Did you hear how he talked? That dude's definitely.
But here's the
right.
question: are you
Let's be
batshit
honest.
crazy until you realize this stimulus package check can buy you a tiger?
No, only half a tiger.
No.
Joe said they were going for $2,000.
No,
I think the market's gone through the roof on tiger cubs.
We
since
literally-
the documentaries come out.
well, you can't buy them anymore.
at
so
work,
when
we
it states legally.
looked it up. You can literally buy. It's a full-grown tiger at argument. No one wants a full-grown tiger, to be honest. You can get a full-grown
need to raise-
tiger for like $800.
Yeah, I'm sure because people don't want to feed them.
Yeah, the
Well,
one dude,
first off-
the Doc
gotta
Antle
get
dude
meat
said
from Walmart.
$1,000
You
a
gotta
day,
get meat off the Walmart truck. They're eating
Oh.
expired Italian sausage.
or 1,000 pounds a day he feeds.
This is hold on.
He said the one dude said it took 1,000 pounds a day to feed all his tigers.
Yeah, but he had 130.
I'm just saying that's a lot.
Doc Daniel said that it cost him $10,000 a year to feed a tiger.
That's a lie. There's no way.
Full-grown tiger. Joe said,
$10,000 a year.
$3,000 a year. Feeding them off dead feedlot cows and Walmart trucks.
Can I tell you that? I think me and Corey talked about it. The most disturbing
the pizza place
of the whole documentary was when they were talking about the pizza thing they opened on the zoo.
The dude's like, yeah, it's definitely the old meat.
And they're like, was the pizza made from like the leftover meats from the Walmarts? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm like 100% sure it was that.
They're like, oh yeah,
Certainly.
Oh, that made me want to vomit.
At the same time, the dude's like eating the pizza, going, "This is the best pizza I've ever had." It's like the same sentence. It's like, yeah, it's the same meat, but it's the best pizza ever.
Let's be honest. In the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, you could have like mediocre pizza, and you'd be like, "This is pretty damn good pizza."
Well, a thought that crossed my mind was, why didn't they have plain pizza? Why do they have to put meat on the pizza?
Well, who eats plain pizza?
Dude, I'm from New York, dude.
Are you saying like New Yorkers only eat cheese pizza?
No, I'm just saying you get a good cheese slice.
I mean, I'm not about cheese. I mean, I've never been to New York, so I can't argue that. But I'm a good meats on my pizza kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Gee, that's not. You just got to get the good value of just the cheese, the sauce, and the dough.
Okay, in your frozen pizza chronicles, I don't know what we're calling it. Is it just frozen cheese pizza?
Only frozen
it's
cheese.
Only cheese.
Nice. All right, so you guys have been recording it, so let's get some backstory. Which brands have you guys done so far?
So far, we've only had Red Baron.
Oh, so there's one episode in.
Tombstone. We've only had Tombstone. I'm sorry, we've only had Tombstone.
He's completely lying. But the thing is
you've recorded the episode, so I feel like you should know what you've recorded.
Yeah.
Well, we were going to do Red Baron, but then we decided to do Tombstone, because Tombstone's a little shittier than Red Baron.
We were like, let's start
you can't say that until you've tested them. That's doing some pre.
It's true.
So we gave Tombstone a 4.8 out of 10.
4.8, yeah.
4.8.
You're doing out of 10, okay.
Yeah, 4.8 out of 10.
You don't have to give the rankings until we upload the videos, so you don't have to give the rankings. Calm it down.
Yeah, it had some Chuck E. Cheese aromas.
I feel like the their rating is like the climax of the story. Like everyone's like, "Ooh, they're eating it. I gotta stick around for the rating."
That is very true.
You're right. Erase that part. Pretend we didn't say that.
I'm not gonna erase it because now
erase it from your memory.
Everyone's gonna want to know what the other ratings are.
That's
Question:
the first one.
Is Loudmouth pizza in the freezer to be tested?
Not yet.
Okay.
Loudmouth? I never had that.
Because I've had I've had Loudmouth. Does Loudmouth make a cheese pizza? That's the first question. If they do,
Screamin' Sicilian?
But Loudmouth makes a hell of a meat pizza. I will tell you that.
But see, that's the thing. We're only doing cheese.
Yeah, Loudmouth might make a cheese pizza. I'm not sure.
If you can find it and tell us where to get it, we'll try it.
Okay.
I will go there with my mask, and I will track it down.
Are you wearing a mask? Are you wearing a homemade mask or like a store-bought mask?
I wear a like a ski mask. Like I wear like what do you call that thing? What do you call it on my head right now? I'm wearing it on my head right now. Like
the SA things, the SA neck sleeve things.
Yeah, like one of those.
Like he looks like he's gonna rob the place when we walk in. Let's just put it that way.
Dude, I'm not lying. Like when you go to like stores now, it's like a movie scene.
Like yeah,
so weird.
Because like everyone's wearing masks. Like we went to Food Line, they have like these big plastic like barriers between like the cashier and yourself, and I'm like, this like when you're just like sitting back and really thinking, you're like, I've seen this in a movie. Like shit's about to happen.
Yeah, like
if you guys think those places are weird, you should be in the hospitals. They're even more weird.
Well, here's the best. I'm not allowed in the hospital now, so
yeah, thank God.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Well,
one of my patients was telling me today that to get into the main hospital at UVA, they had to wait 2 hours in the parking lot to go visit their loved one.
Wow.
What?
Or their loved one to go visit them. They had to wait 2 hours in the parking lot, like in a line, to get in to go visit them because they're not letting their visitors or their loved ones in. And these are patients that have had like lung transplants and like these massive
Or they fell while rock climbing.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't have anybody in. You
crazy.
can FaceTime your family.
Well, that's
Car
like a guy I work with. His daughter is like pregnant, due any day, and he's like, "Well, I can come to work because I can't go see my daughter or grandchild in the hospital."
Yeah.
And he's like,
it's true.
and I was like, "Well, nobody's not." He's like, "The father's allowed in, but like if they go in, it's like they have to be in the room. If they leave the room, they have to leave the hospital. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go over here and get a drink. I'm going to go, like, you're in the room or you're out.
You can't be in the waiting room. There's no waiting room anymore.
Right, exactly. Like, shit is, like, so locked down that we're like, oh, even the grandfather can't see the kid. Even the father has to be locked in the room.
Yeah.
Do you see how many deaths there were today in New York?
How many?
Not today.
654 today.
That's scary.
So what is their total now?
A lot.
It was like
Over 1,000. Over 1,000.
I want to say
That scares
deaths
me
were like
so much
multiple
for all my
thousands in New
family.
York.
I thought it was like over
Yeah.
2,500.
Yeah, it's something crazy like
I mean, my parents have
And they
family
say-
friends that have relatives that have died from coronavirus at this point.
That's crazy.
It's scary.
I mean, it fucking
Yeah.
killed Joe Diffie, man.
I know. No one's safe out in these streets.
Hold on.
James Taylor has it. James Taylor's doing rough. They don't know if James Taylor's going to survive.
Travis,
What?
I have a serious question.
What's up?
Was Joe Diffie at that concert we went to in Fredericksburg?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Okay,
We saw
Corey
him.
told me that earlier, and I do not remember him being there 100% when
How do
we
you-
went.
Joe Diffie. It was Joe Diffie and Tracy Lawrence.
Right.
That was
Okay,
the
then
concert.
Corey told me that, and I do not remember
It's
Joe
the
Diffie.
concert.
I
He
don't-
sang John Deere.
I told him.
No, Corey
on
said
a hot summer night.
He wrote
being
Billy
able to see
Bob
Joe
Love
Diffie on his,
Charlene.
Second to last tour. That'll always stick in my mind.
At least
we
we got
got
to
to-
see him.
Yeah, we got to see him.
Now I just want to see Brooks and Dunn, and I'll be good.
100% when Corey's like we were talking about Joe Diffie's death. He's like, you saw him in concert, and I was like, no, I haven't. He's like, yeah,
Shit.
and I was like, if you 100% asked me before Corey told me if I saw him in concert, I would have told you no, because I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember that concert?
I remember the
I remember the whole
concert.
night, Travis. It was awesome.
I remember
It
the
was great.
concert, but
We
I
went to
couldn't
Texas
have told
Roadhouse.
you. I remember Texas Roadhouse, like and everything.
Yeah. We
took the
Y'all were
Subaru.
hammered.
Yeah, we were
Y'all were
hammered drunk.
hammered.
Travis, you weren't much better, and you were driving. So is that COVID?
It's that 19, dude.
COVID.
That might be COVID.
Rona.
The 19's here.
She probably just gave me whatever she gave me. She had.
A little
that.
virus.
True that. Just a
Oh,
little virus.
well,
no
It's,
big
it's
deal.
just little, nothing serious.
I was just out of work for a week. That's all.
No big deal.
Yeah, you got a week off. That's nice.
I got like 3 months off, dude. I'm riding this unemployment.
Here we go.
So
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, go ahead.
pay
Brand
me
them out.
all the money.
Have you already got your check for it?
No, because I worked on Monday, and then Tuesday rolled around because the $600 extra doesn't kick in until April 1st.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right. As soon as that kicks in, then I'll like actually take my furlough.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. But I'm just gonna rub all my free government money all over me, and
Hey, yeah, whatever it takes.
pay my bill. Yeah,
Because I thought
I mean-
the way I read the thing is the companies, if you work for a company that has more than 500 people, they were exempt from paying that $600.
No. So that's on. So there's two separate bills that people are talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there was the first bill that passed that is that bill that you're talking about, where
Mhm.
it's sick or family leave for people who
Yeah.
who either get laid off or lose their job or get sick, and it's like less than 500 people. That's for people who don't have sick leave. That's specifically for like people who work for companies that like that. And then they passed another bill after that, which is the CARES bill that adds $600 to unemployment.
Oh, okay.
So if you're just on unemployment benefits, which I am right now, so I get the $337, I get the max for the state, and then I get $600
Right.
for 13 weeks on top of that till the end of July.
Yeah, so you're living on the essential people's tax money. I understand.
That's why we still working. He is an essential personnel, but he just took a furlough because he's smart.
Oh, so he's voluntarily non-essential.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a letter that says I'm essential, but like fuck that shit. Why would I go in when I can make my money sitting on my ass?
I have a letter that's saying that I'm essential.
We all do.
Yeah, but like I can sit on my ass and make $1,000 a week.
Yeah, but there's also the fact
Not a
that
bad gig.
I could.
Why
be like,
would I go in and risk? I'm on a job site with like 200 or 300 people. Why would I risk going in and being sick to make less money than I can make when I can sit on my ass and make the exact same amount?
And be safe.
And be safe, exactly, and not risk spreading it to the rest of the community. Like I get for like people who make over that $1,000, like Corey who makes $1,600 a week. Like I
Right.
get the difference between those two. Like that $600 matters, but for me, like I make $880 a week. Like why would I not sit on my ass and make 1,000?
Yeah.
Like
That's a good point.
What? And why?
I
Tell
don't
me
know.
why.
I would.
No,
listen,
I can't
I'd
argue.
be at home. I'd be at home if that was me.
Like,
I'd be at home.
with no repercussions. Like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna go home.
I mean,
I'm gonna
what's
take my
the
furlough.
chances your job goes? We don't want you back after
They
this.
can't.
They can't because I'm an apprentice.
Yeah. And it's a
well, he
volunteer.
can just go back to the union and be like, "Hey, I need a new job."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So whatever.
And the thing is we're not going to see the downturn in the economy, at least construction wise, until like a year from now. Like a year from now, things are going to be really ugly because all of this works like a year in advance. So like when the 2008 like downturn in the market hit, it really hit the construction world in 2009 because it has to do with like construction companies and loans and whether they're able to secure backing for new projects. And that whole cycle, like all this shit's been bid out for like about a year.
Right.
So the money moving forward is already in place for the next year moving forward. But what's going to happen is you're going to see it probably around summer of next year because construction always ramps up in the summer just because you can do more stuff. But like next spring is going to be the time when jobs are going to start to dry up. And when it comes to the construction world, like people are going to start to like not be able to have like work. Once this passes over in the summer, like July, August, when everyone's going to go back to work and everything's going to seem like it's fine. But next spring, the long-term contracts that are made, that's when the shit that normally would have been signed now for next spring is going to start to dry up. And it's going to be rough for a lot of those people. But right now in the construction world, like it's no issue because the money's there. And it's going to be fine through the end of this summer, into the fall, into the winter. It's going to be next spring, early summer when that work really starts to dry up and there's not as much money flowing around for new projects, like large new projects like data centers or hospital rebuilds. Or actually hospitals will probably be fine because the government's pumping so much money into them. But it's your other infrastructure stuff that's really going to dry up like start of next summer.
Well, I know our company does a lot of schools through the government, so I don't know. That's what we were wondering if they're going to stop going forward with that, like all the rehabbing all the schools and stuff after this summer.
No, and you know how it is, Corey. Like school work, hospital work, it's pretty much always there, no matter how the company is. It's the kind of the real estate,
kind of like the leisure aspect of things.
It's community centers. It's high rise apartments. That type of stuff. It's the stuff that is capital speculation, where like the real estate market's going up. It's time to build new apartments, and we can get a lot of money for these apartments.
Another thing
that's the work that's going to dry up.
Yeah, another thing I've thought about is like how apprehensive are people going to be like once this clears up for like a few months of like doing certain things like concerts.
Yeah, it's probably
like going to public events. How like apprehensive are people going to be because like the fear could still be there of like, all right, they're saying it's clear, or like even the money aspect. Like, all right, I was laid off for months. I can't afford to go do the leisure things I was doing before. So like the entertainment aspect of things could still suffer months after like the quarantine and everything's cleared.
No, certainly, and that's the thing. Like they've pushed a lot of these concerts, like Coachella and Stagecoach and Bonnaroo, back to September. Bonnaroo is the same weekend as your wedding, Corey. Which, I'm a good friend, and I'm choosing your wedding over Bonnaroo because I have to. but like,
Hey, I appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that.
I mean, it wasn't
Sell
really
the sell those tickets on. Sell them on.
I already got rid of them. Yeah, they gave me a refund.
Look, so it's not even a big deal.
Hold on. Did they give him a refund because they canceled it or moved it back, or because
they moved it back?
Yeah, so he didn't get a refund because he wants to come to the wedding. He got a refund because they moved it back.
No.
He's getting a refund because of the wedding.
No,
but he didn't want to.
He's getting a refund because they moved Bonnaroo back.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to get a refund if it was just the wedding.
Yeah,
the only reason they were giving refunds is because they moved it.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If Bonnaroo was the same weekend, he might have missed the wedding.
It is the same
Bonnaroo
weekend.
is the same weekend.
Oh, so they moved it back to that weekend.
Yes.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense over
I
here.
got you. I thought it was like planned for that weekend, but they moved it from that week. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
That was me. That was all me. All right. I misunderstood. Let's move on.
No, but
Shit.
I mean, like, and there's a bunch of festivals that are later in the year that they still haven't made a call on. Like, me and Meg have tickets to Lock-In, and they still that's like the last weekend in June, and they still haven't made a call on it yet.
Right.
They're probably
And
trying
it's
to
like-
wait and see.
Like, how do you make a call in those situations? Like,
It's
obviously,
a month and a
if
half
you're
out.
in like a 2-month window, like, okay, we should probably move, cancel. But if you're like in a 3-month, 4-month out window, it's like, all right, let's hold on until it's closer, because shit could clear up and you could still be able to put on your event. Like, that's a hard decision
but
to make.
it's not, because like the thing is like every prediction the scientists have made up to this point have been correct.
Correct.
Like, you have epidemiologists and like virologists
Mhm.
who literally have studied their whole life, and this is what they know. Like, me and Corey know gear rooms, and we know 3-way switches. Like, and we can tell you all fucking about them. All right? And like, so like, we have experts who have studied this their whole life, and they're telling us this is what it's going to be. And they have been
They've studied it more than our lives. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way. Double,
right.
triple our
Yeah.
lives.
double our lives, and they've been right so far. What's to make you think that they're not going to be right moving forward?
Okay, so
You know?
Good point. The cards are stacked
all right,
in
so
their
you're
favor.
saying what? So what are they saying? Because I don't know.
They're saying it's going to last
So-
till July, I think.
June, July, somewhere in there. Like, it looks like the peak infection period is probably going to be towards the end of this month, start of May.
Okay.
We're going to have the most daily cases, and then it's going to slowly peter down, hopefully through the end of May into June. July is kind of going to be like where we're at the start of March. It's kind of where we're going to be at in July.
Do you really think that's going to be the case, though?
I really do, because this is what smart people say.
I don't know. I'm not.
They've been right up to this point. But
That's,
I'm
I'm
not
100% not smart, and I think it's
but-
not going to
but-
last past June.
I don't know. I think it is.
But the thing is, you know, we'll probably have 1,000 deaths in New York within this week.
I think there's
Well,
already. I think
in a
there's more
day.
than 1,000 in New York.
No, I'm saying in a day. Like, we have
Oh, yeah,
654 deaths in New York today because of COVID.
That's
Right.
insane.
So that's going to double over the next week, and they're going to have 1,000 deaths a day.
They're going to have to do like a legit like nationwide shutdown for like at least.
Like, they really would have to
Well-
be done. There's still a bunch of states, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, that still don't even have stay-at-home orders. Where it's just like, go about your business.
Which if you listen like Trump and like the board or whatever's like speeches, they're hinting at a nationwide shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
They're just holding on to every last hope to not do it.
I know. I think they just need to do it. I think
Yeah.
they just need to bite the bullet
But
and
the
do it.
problem is there like is how many of us are essential? Out of this conversation, all 4 of us are technically quote unquote essential employees.
Right.
Okay.
Not
But if
really.
you do a nation,
If you have if 75% of the country is quote unquote essential,
mm-hmm.
and we're going to fucking work, what does that prove? You know, like, what does that solve?
Nothing.
But here's the thing. All right, here's
It
the
doesn't
question.
solve anything.
So you need to do a shut like construction. All construction could literally stop.
unless
it's a medical,
literally a temporary hospital or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It needs to fucking stop. We do not need data centers. We do not need to be building apartment buildings. We do not, all this random bullshit that we're building needs to stop.
Here's there's the part I don't get. Restaurants and fast food places can stay open as long as there's to go or takeout. I get it. Okay. There's still people handling and touching your food that gets passed to you. It can still get passed that way. It makes zero sense to me. I understand there's lot of...
it certainly can. And the only reason they're doing that is because of the economy. They don't want those restaurants and businesses
But there's quite a few families in the United States that, they live on takeout food in restaurants.
They better learn how to cook.
That's their only food.
And me and Megan have done our best to help the local restaurants. We have a Thai place next to us, and they were swamped. We walked in there the other day to we ordered.
They gave us the wrong order.
They gave us the wrong order. That's how busy they were. They were running around like.
And I'm gonna confess, I ate a piece of the tofu off of the lady's pad thai.
Oh, you ate a piece and gave it back?
Dude, I didn't know what it was.
Oh my
God. I was
God.
convinced this was the right order.
You guys are spreading the virus and you don't even know. You're eating food that's given to other people. You guys are the cause of the whole spread. Shit.
We were trying to support local business and they gave us the wrong food.
You're trying to support them by killing everyone.
Damn. That was a confession. Don't shit on me.
You confessed it on national podcasting.
Yeah. That's not something you confess. That's something you keep deep down and locked in until until everything's cleared up.
Until it's funny to be a joke.
Yeah. 3 years.
I don't know how to keep secrets. I'm not good at it.
3 years from now, when you're back on the podcast, be like, hey guys, there's something weighing on my chest for so long. I got to get off. So you remember when that COVID-19 shit was happening? I ate some tofu off some bitches food, and I gave it back to her.
Pad thai.
Pad thai, yeah. You ate the shit off the pad thai, and you gave it back to her.
Listen,
and she tested positive.
I didn't think we were going to be bringing it back.
This is something that's going to be written in history books, though. This is not a...
No, it's true.
No, this is our Spanish flu.
Corey has a kid, so Weston in high school, his history book's going to have a
COVID-19
COVID-19 chapter. This is going to...
it's going to be right there with 9/11 that happened and was in our high school textbooks. You know what I mean?
It wasn't in mine.
There's things in our lifetime that will make the history books. It'll be 9/11, it'll be the crash of 2008, and it'll be this.
Yeah, and Donald Trump is president.
Yeah.
And also how Joe Exotic was wrongfully done and locked up for 20
Carol Baskin's a bitch.
Carol fucking Baskin.
All right, students, if you could
the
turn...
title in the textbook is going to be "Fuck Carol Baskin."
Yeah. Students, if you could turn to chapter 22 in your history book, Carol Baskin's a bitch.
All right, what was the dude's name? The dude on the jet ski?
James
dude,
something.
he may be the biggest douche in the whole episode.
Dude, his haircut when he does his hair flips.
Dude, when he is on the jet ski and they're playing Eye of the Tiger, though, it's the most iconic.
It reminded me of Kenny Powers.
It's the most iconic 15 seconds of footage I think I've ever seen.
Can you imagine being that producer? Hey, can we get you to take your jet ski out to the lake and run around on it a little bit?
Speaking of Kenny Powers,
do you think it's his jet ski, or they're just wait, we need some B-roll?
Danny McBride.
Oh, that's his jet ski. He definitely owns a strip club. I don't think you're allowed to own a strip club without owning a jet ski.
I guess. But the fact of is they
put
deal. This dude on the jet ski and put Eye of the Tiger behind it. Is maybe, like I said, the most iconic 15 seconds of footage I've ever seen.
It was magical. It was kind of magical.
I hated it.
No, it was mad. I don't like the guy, but he's ever gonna live in infamy for that footage right there.
It was a beautiful shot.
Facts.
It was a beautiful shot.
Glorious.
Excuse me.
Hair blowing in the wind.
That was about the time you met Danny McBride.
Oh yeah.
Who met Danny McBride?
Meg.
Oh shit.
Did.
Well, see, I don't. Like I said, I don't know Meg. I don't know these backstories.
So, it was the first year I moved down to Charlottesville. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it really was. I moved down to Charlottesville, and a friend of mine and I went to a bar, and he walked in a bar in Charlottesville, not Sky Bar, what was it? Zocalo. And he walked in, and we were like, let's go see if we can buy him a drink. And so my friend's boyfriend walked up to him and was like, dude, can I buy you a beer? And he's like, fuck that, I'll buy you a round. And he bought us a round of beers and a round of tequila shots. So I took tequila shots and had a beer with Danny McBride.
That's fucking awesome.
Real question.
Yeah.
Which one of you...
Did I get a picture? I got a picture.
Okay, which one of you, if not both, went home with him?
None of us did.
Oh, that's a failure.
Did he try?
Right?
No, he didn't try.
He didn't even
Good for
try?
him.
Damn.
Stand-up guy. He's a stand-up guy.
I think he's like happily married.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know.
He definitely seemed like he was on a lot of drugs, but
That
He
happens.
just might be high as fuck.
I wouldn't tell
probably.
that story.
I feel like it's one of my better stories. I really like it.
Yeah, but he, like...
I like the story. It's a great
I
story.
would end it up with he's a stand-up
Was he
guy. He
fun?
didn't want to take
Was
us
he
home.
friendly?
He was awesome. What do you mean, was he friendly? He bought us beer and tequila.
Yeah, but
Friend
did
in
he,
my
like, talk
book.
to you guys, like,
Yeah,
talk
he
to
like
you?
he chatted up with us. I got pictures of all of us.
I'd have went
sitting
home with him.
around. Nah, I wasn't about that.
I mean, how great would the story be? Like, yeah, I spent the night with Danny McBride.
What's your
That would
favorite?
be
What's your
Like,
favorite
that's how
Danny
you end
McBride
that
role?
story. I
What's
think...
your favorite? What's your favorite Danny
We
McBride
can
role?
just end it like that if you want to.
Yeah, no, I'm telling... Future references of telling the story, just be like, yeah, I went home with him. And just don't tell details. Be like, yeah, I went home with him, and cut it off there. People can use their imaginations. Like, oh, she went home with him.
This is gonna get back to his wife. He's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this bitch?" And then they're
And
gonna
now
get a
Meg's
divorce,
in
and
the
it's gonna be
news.
all her fault.
I'm gonna be on the news.
And who's Danny gonna come run back to with his millions? Meg. And now Meg's a millionaire.
Or she gets
Bye,
sued for
Travis.
slander.
I'll be up there.
No, she technically didn't say what they did. She just went home with him.
She went home with the best pitcher in minor league baseball. You know, what am I?
La Flama Blanca. Best Danny McBride role.
The White Flame. That was his nickname. And Meg goes, no one knows what that means. I was like, a lot of people know what that means.
Yeah, like a lot of people know what that means.
I don't. Then.
Have you seen what
You've
is
never
that?
seen Eastbound and Down?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, we need to watch.
It's a
It's
classic.
not her type of comedy. There might be too many dick jokes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of dick jokes. Misogyny.
I don't mind dick jokes.
You don't find it funny.
You don't mind
I might
dick
not
jokes.
laugh like I would at something else, but.
Oh, that's pretty classic role. Him or when he's in Pineapple Express as Red.
I like that. I like that movie.
That shit is hilarious.
It's ridiculous.
What was his character in Vice Principal? That was a pretty great role.
Oh, he was the other assistant vice principal.
Yeah. What was the name? Fucking. It starts with a T. What's his name? Hold
on. That's in his regular show. He's trying to be vice principal. He's a gym coach.
No, he's
Eastbound and Down, right?
No, in Vice Principal.
Oh, that's right. But he is a gym coach in Eastbound and Down.
He is a gym coach in Eastbound and Down. And Vice Principal, he's a Vice Principal.
Assistant vice principal. There's two of them, and they're fighting for.
He's Gamby, Neil Gamby.
Yeah, that's it.
And then the other guy is Lee Russell.
Yes. What else has he been in?
Gemstone.
Yep.
That's like the recent one. He was in Her Highness.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
How have you not? That was the one where it was like he was in Kung Fu Panda 2.
Oh, that's right, he was.
He was in This Is the End. I'm reading off of Wikipedia at this point.
Classic movie.
He was in Pineapple Express. He was actually in Tropic Thunder.
That's right. Yeah, he's the pyrotechnics guy.
Yeah. What else?
He shot the.
He's played like minor roles in some movies, like the what's the End of the World movie?
End of the world. That's
This is the end.
This is the end where he has the dude on the leash.
Yeah.
It's a famous actor on the leash too. I forget who it is.
All I know is he wakes up in the morning in that movie and it's like makes all their breakfast food and like just chugging water.
Mm-hmm. And then like he's gotten, I think, more into producing because he produced the new Halloween movies.
Oh, did he?
He was like a big part of the latest Halloween movie that came out.
I didn't know that.
A couple years ago. Danny McBride was. So, which I think they're making a sequel to, I believe.
I don't know, but Eastbound and Down's probably my favorite.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, I would go Vice Principals. I mean, Eastbound and Down is like the classic, but like his acting was like so like, oh yeah, he's from like fucking Spotsylvania.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
That's true. The real question is, do you think this Tony Khabib fight's going to happen?
Apparently, they're going to fly them out to somewhere undisclosed, and they're going to put it on.
That's what I'm talking about.
No crowd, like Ultimate Fighter style.
Yes.
And just like, there's going to be no crowd. This is going to be them, and it's going to be a pay-per-view, and it's just going to be weird.
Do you want to come to a Fistica Valley for that one?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. There's
All
no
right.
way I missed that.
Like, so... Have you like the backstory of the Khabib thing? I think he was running at one point. I truly think he was running for Tony at one point with like the twists and turns of his story, and then I think he got so much backlash and be called like he was scared and a pussy that he kind of was like, all right, just give me a place, I'll be there type deal. So I think that's why like I don't know.
I think he beats Tony.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm Team Tony.
I think he takes him down. Look, this is either way it's going to happen. Khabib is going to take Tony down.
That's
There's
fine.
no doubt in my mind.
I think he will. But I also think
either Tony submits him off his back,
Possible.
which I think is possible, or Khabib smashes him into the fucking mat.
I don't think Khabib smashes no one though. Like, what is smashing? His pity pat like top game?
Yeah, I mean, what did he do to Conor?
He caught Conor in a choke. Like it was not like a dominating
after
ground
he
and pound.
sat on top of him and
Yeah, he rode him. He rode him.
He rode him, but he didn't out. But it's
he
not
didn't
like
take him down and ground and pound his
there's
ass.
no,
and
like,
knock him out.
Khabib doesn't have a dominant ground and pound.
As someone that like does jiu-jitsu, like even if someone's not punching you in the face, if they like know how to put pressure on you from the top, even from full guard, it is very tiring.
Yeah, I know. That's how he wins most of his fights, though. Yeah, he rides him. Like, he could ride Tony, but Tony is just as good on the ground.
I don't consider that smashing, though. I feel like, I'm going to ride you, wear you out.
When you say smashing, I think of him taking him to the ground and then getting him like a crucifix and beating the shit out of him.
When's the last fight
style, like literally just like throwing hammer fists from the top?
I don't
exactly.
Think,
yeah, that's what I think when you say smashing.
I don't even think Brock
of the word.
Lesnar had great ground and pound. His shit looked patty cake to me.
But when you have someone on the ground and they can't protect their face and you're beating the shit out of them, anything you can do whatever you want. It's good.
When you get hit and your head doesn't move, when it's literally laying on the mat, you hit it.
Yeah,
that's a very different experience from getting punched in the face when your head can go back.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to hit someone that hard when they have the mat behind them and their face, their head doesn't.
Because they're taking all the blow. They're
taking all the fucking blow. You can literally sit on top of someone and pat them like literally just like hard punches, and it's gonna do so much damage.
I agree with that, but I've never seen anybody from Khabib's ground and pound that's like dazed from it or cut up or anything from Khabib's ground and pound. It's more of like he takes you down, he rides you, he wears you out to where when you stand back up, you're tired as shit, so you can't move. But it's not like, oh, I've been beaten the fuck out of. I can't.
And Ferguson has hell of cardio.
His cardio is ridiculous. His bottom grade with his elbows is ridiculous.
Iaquinta lasted the whole fight.
But okay, so Joe, he beat the shit out of Iaquinta on the ground.
No, but I'm saying Iaquinta went to distance with him.
On the ground.
Yeah, but
he stopped Michael Johnson on the ground.
Who? Khabib?
Yeah, he got him with Kimura.
Khabib stops everyone on the ground. Like his wrestling top notch. That's
but
not
I'm saying,
look,
Iaquinta had good cardio, came into that fight short notice, and went the distance with him, which was amazing.
That was more of like how amazing Quinta was. In that
exactly,
fight
but
than
I'm
it
saying
was.
a lot of people he fights too, like they don't. If they have good cardio, they stand a better chance. Is what I'm saying. Like he can ride them, but it's going to take a little more.
He's also never fought. I don't think Khabib's fought anybody as well rounded as Ferguson.
Yeah,
like Ferguson's like go to the ground, cool.
He can work from his
I'll
back.
throw
He's
elbows
strike.
from the back. I'll throw triangles. I'll throw anything from the back. His like scramble game is ridiculous.
It's gonna be a good fight. I'm so excited for the fight, so I kind of hope it does happen.
That's the shittiest part about this whole situation is like, this is the one fight UFC and MMA fans have been wanting for years, and something always gets in the way. It's like this fight's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so looking at who he's fought, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Who?
6, 7
Khabib?
guys. Yeah, 7 guys. Thiago Tavares, who he fought in 2013.
I mean,
before Tavares was old as fuck.
but that's
Beat
not
the
even a
fuck
name.
out of him.
Like if you brought up that name to most like casual fans, they wouldn't know who that is.
I mean, yeah, but he's like a guy who's been around forever, like always been in the UFC. Like
I know him, you know him because we watch UFC like religiously.
all right, he beat the shit out of Rafael Dos Anjos.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
He completely
That's the one.
smothered Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson could not and Michael Johnson was an amazing wrestler.
Michael Johnson's
And-
good, but he's not a top fighter though. Like he's like that. Michael Johnson's a gatekeeper to the lightweight
The
division.
stepping stone.
Yeah. Like Michael Johnson, like, oh, you're like about to break top 10. Cool. We'll give you Michael Johnson. If you beat him, now you're in top 10.
But the test with Michael Johnson is Michael Johnson was the first true wrestler that he ever fought.
Yeah, he was. But
Like,
Michael Johnson's
Michael
not.
Johnson was a junior college national champion.
Yeah, but he
which
didn't
is
wrestle
just
bears.
As good as being an NCAA national champion, because a
Right.
lot of those wrestlers can't make grades, so they end up going to junior college.
I agree
Like,
with that.
let's be honest.
But
Being
Michael
a junior
Johnson.
college national champion is just as good as being an NCAA national champion,
But yet
because
again,
their competition is just as good as the NCAA.
right. But
like,
yet
so-
again, there's
And
a
then
difference.
He
There's a
beats
big
Barboza,
difference.
who's a stand-up guy. He beats
Yep.
Quinta, who is probably not as good as a wrestler as Michael Johnson, but probably more rounded. And then he beats McGregor, who's a stand-up guy, and he beats Poirier,
Yeah.
who is,
Kind of like an all-around guy. I don't know what
all
Poirier's
around.
background
He's a
is.
black belt in
From
jiu-jitsu.
Louisiana.
Like,
He's Cajun, boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
He's a
you know,
Cajun.
southpaw. But like at no point, like none of those. And you're right. I don't think any of those guys are really the same threat that
I'm
Like, our
100%
boyfriend
like out of
Paul-
that list. The only guy that I think holds a threat to him is McGregor.
And like I love Connor, but Connor's a bad matchup. Like, cause
I don't know.
I just,
I thought the same thing when I first watched the fight, and I thought it before. But when you watch, I think I showed Corey the Forrest Griffin breakdown where he slows down a lot of the takedowns Khabib threw and a lot of like the movements. Like McGregor did a lot of good defense. Like it was slight mistakes McGregor did that could have changed the fights. Like
I feel like he should have also went more on the offense.
which I 100% believe McGregor has been fighting at 170 because he wants to be bigger and stronger when he fights Khabib. I think he underestimated Khabib's strength when they fought. So I think his whole mindset is I'm going to put more muscle on, be stronger. So my fights leading up to Khabib, I'll fight at 170 so I can carry the extra weight. And when I do fight Khabib, he'll kill himself, cut the weight, but he'll also be able to carry that extra muscle to
but
fight
how
Khabib.
do you underestimate Khabib? That's like I get that, but how do you underestimate
Okay,
him?
I'm not going to say
Because he's cocky.
I'm not going to say he underestimated, but maybe a
How do you underestimate his
miscalculation on the
strength?
strength. Like I could sit here and be like, "Oh, me and Corey are the same size, right?" But Corey could have more strength than me. Like we're the same size, but Corey could just in his everyday work build up a bigger strength in certain areas than me. Like obviously
Yeah,
Connor,
he's a wrestler. He's obviously going to be stronger than you. That's
right?
the
So
thing,
that's
you know what
why I truly believe McGregor's fighting at 170 because he's naturally carrying more muscle now. Well, he
Okay, all right, question. I get you. Who does McGregor fight next?
What's his name?
I truly think he was gonna fight Gaethje.
Yeah.
Until all this shit broke out. I think he was gonna fight Gaethje at 170 until this whole virus, everything. So I think he was gonna fight Gaethje.
Is that a warm-up fight for the winner of Tony Khabib?
Yeah, I think it's also he just needs another fight in between fighting anybody big or for fighting for the belt.
Yeah. So obviously, if Conor's whole goal is he's hoping Khabib beats Tony, right? Khabib goes into Ramadan for, what is it, a month?
Yeah, it's a lunar month. Which is not a real month, but yeah.
And then you give Khabib a 3-month fight camp. So that puts him at August, September, whatever, if this shit didn't go down, the whole coronavirus. So I think Conor probably would have fought Gaethje May, June.
Mm-hmm.
All goes well. Obviously, and Conor said he beats Gaethje. That lines him up perfectly for September, October to fight Khabib for the title. Is what perfect world scenario would have happened in Conor's head, I believe.
Makes
so
sense.
you don't think he fights Usman?
No, that'd be the biggest mistake he ever made.
He would get pieced up.
Usman's
he's a giant.
I'd love to see Usman versus Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing.
They're both wrestlers.
Yeah, but Usman's also a true 170er, where Conor's not.
No. Usman is a true, he's a true middleweight who's cut to welterweight.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
He cuts a lot.
Conor wrestling.
That guy's walking around 200 pounds. He cuts down to 170.
Yeah, Conor fighting Khabib. All right, Conor, you can maybe on your best day get your way out of some shit from Khabib. You're fighting a dude that's going to carry 20 to 30 pounds more than you into a fight.
Yeah.
That's not going to fare well for you. Unless some miraculous way you catch him on a way in or some bullshit, the Usman-McGregor fight should never happen, in my eyes.
Would it be cool if it did?
Did you see Cejudo vacated his flyweight title?
Oh, yeah. And then, the flyweight's 125. Benavidez fought the dude Federero or whatever for the title.
Was that in the one where no one was there? When was that?
No, that was like a couple months ago.
I don't watch the little boys.
Yeah, well, so that Benavidez fought this dude that's a monster for the vacant title, but the problem is the dude I can't remember his name. Benavidez missed weight. They still took the fight. So if Benavidez would have won, he would have been the champion. The other guy would have won. Then it's kind of it's still up in the air. But Benavidez got knocked out, so it's kind of like the title is just floating there for now because the dude missed weight.
So he can't. So it's really Benavidez is just need to fight someone to win it.
Yeah. So
or that guy needs to actually make weight. And it's a rematch.
Or Benavidez took the fight, so it's kind of like on him. He could have denied the fight, but you wouldn't get a chance to get the belt type deal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the belt's in air. Do you give the guy a second chance for missing weight, because that's a big blemish on your career? That's not something Dana White or any mixed martial arts or any combat sports athletes take lightly. If you miss weight,
How long is Dillashaw out for?
Dillashaw?
That's who I was going to ask.
Multiple years. He was on was it EPOs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing EPO. It's a 2-year suspension.
Yeah, so
he'll be back.
But he's not going to come back and fight for that title, though. He's going to come back for the 135, the bantamweight.
He's going to have to work his way back too, I think.
Well, that's why he was taking EPOs, because he's cut down to 25, and he needed he lost all of his.
Right.
He lost everything he had.
Yeah, he was using EPOs to kind of keep his energy level up to train and everything.
Yes.
So when he comes back, it's knocking up to 125. He's going to come back and go for the 135 again, which he never fought Cejudo for. He lost the 125 challenge to Cejudo.
Yeah.
which Cejudo now owns the 135 because he fought for the vacant title when Dillashaw vacated it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In other MMA world, did you see the John Jones arrest?
He got arrested again.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah.
No, what did he do this time?
So he got charged with a DWI. I guess he was.
Who's still letting him drive?
I don't know.
Himself.
Something. I guess he was parked, and he had a gun with him, and he fired the gun out of the car. So they found, like, I guess somebody heard the gunshots. Whatever is what I'm. I haven't heard the official report, but this is what I'm taking. Someone heard the gunshots. They came. They found shell casings on the ground outside his window. He had the gun with him, blah, blah, blah. He was drunk in the car. So he got arrested for the DWI, and there was gun charges pending or whatever. I guess they were trying to see if the guns were his, but what I've been reading or whatever, the gun was registered to him, blah, blah, blah. So there's no, like, gun charges that are going to come from it. It's just going to be a DWI to him.
Jesus.
But this is like his third, right? So it's like a felony.
This is like strike 18 for John Jones. Like 3 strikes and you're out. John Jones is like, fuck that. Like, just keep throwing the ball.
This is batting practice for me.
Yeah. I don't know. But like, I kind of think that's what makes John Jones what he is.
I just don't understand how, like, why can you be so stupid? You make that much money, you can't hire someone to drive you.
But I think that personality though, I think
You can
makes
still
him
have
a
that
better
personality.
fighter.
Just have someone else drive you.
Yeah. You can still do coke, bro.
You can still do some dumb shit. Just have someone drive you so you
Don't
go home.
drive drunk. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, just literally pay someone.
But as a
Literally,
man,
you can walk up to anyone on the street and be like, "Hey, are you sober right now? Here's $1,000. I want you to drive my car right here. I have a gun. If you try to pull anything fucking sketchy, I will shoot the shit out of you."
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
yeah, but we've all been drunk enough to go, fuck it, I can drive. We've all been there.
When I was 17,
Yeah, not when I have millions of dollars and I'm like, I'll just, fuck, I'm.
No, I
Fly
get
here,
it.
fuck
I'm not trying
No,
to advocate
because I
what he
think-
did was right at all.
I'm
it
just
just
saying.
doesn't make sense. He needs a handler.
Yeah,
Like, dude, like Des Bryant got by.
yeah.
Des Bryant had a list of strip clubs he was allowed to go to.
Yeah, but
James
where's he at
should sit
now?
down and be like, "Look, you're going to be a cash cow for us. We need you to not get DUI. We're not
Exactly.
saying you can't party. We're not saying you can't go to strip clubs. We just need you not to fuck up that hard. And that's why you now have a handler. Say hello to Tim.
Drink at home.
Tim-
Invite people over to your big.
Can I
ass
tell
No,
you? Can I
no,
tell you
no,
what the
no,
problem
no,
with the handler and John
Tim's gonna
Jones
be
is?
sober. Tim's going to be sober. Tim's going to hold your coke for you. Tim's going to arrange everything illegal that you need to do. Whenever shit happens, Tim's going to take the fall for you.
Can I tell you what the
He's
problem
now
with?
your best friend.
Yep,
And now you can
exactly.
do whatever the fuck you want to do, and Tim's going to take the fall.
But here's the
This is
problem.
what they do for big name athletes. This is what they do for rock stars.
Yep. Here's-
Why does John Jones not have a Tim?
Because John Jones can whip any handler's ass. That's the problem. The moment there's a disagreement and John Jones is gonna like put his big dick energy on his handler, there's gonna be a disagreement. John's gonna go, all right, that's cool. Watch
That's when
this.
you get Stipe.
John Jones
they
can whip Stipe's
yeah.
ass though. There's
That is not true. You take that back. You take back that.
can
Dude,
you say
Polish-
if they fought in an octagon, are you 100% on Stipe?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think John Jones stands a chance?
Don't even give him a chance.
The way he's been fighting
Dude,
lately
Dude,
now.
John Jones will destroy Stipe.
The way he's been fighting
You know
Stipe
lately
is
they
now.
might
way
want
too
to see,
slow.
though.
Way
How-
too
what
slow.
do you-
But the way he's been
Nagano-
fighting now, no.
When that fight happens, Travis, I'll put $100 down.
Oh, dude, Stipe all day, every day.
All right, that's cool. I got you. $100.
You heard it here first, folks. We need this
But that's the problem. Hey, John Jones, meet Tim. Cool. They're friends for like a couple weeks, right?
Tim pisses off John.
Yep. John goes, that's cool.
Tim's knocked out laying in the
Oh,
gutter.
Now Tim's asleep. Where's John?
That's
Driving off in his
why-
Range
That's
Rover.
why you gotta put like a taser. You gotta like implant a taser into John, where Tim can just hit it. And John
Oh, so
goes,
now John's got to get an injection.
Yes.
yeah. That's the rules. If you're gonna do it,
That's why a handler with John doesn't work, because John's just like, fuck this handler. Now there's no handler. Like,
Yeah.
the handler's in a ditch.
I dropped his ass. Robert better not step to me. I'll drop a motherfucker.
I just don't get it.
Step Brothers reference, dude.
Did you touch my drum set?
I know you touched my drum set. There's a nick in the stick.
I hope you don't. I hope you don't move in your sleep. I'm gonna put a rat trap between your legs.
What is the deal with Cormier's comeback? Have you heard anything?
He kind of came out like he's obviously there's a contract signed between him and Stipe for the trilogy fight. But he's also come out and said with this whole COVID-19 pandemic and everything, and the delay of everything, that it could put an alter all that and force a retirement for him. So it all depends on how long this takes. Obviously, best case scenario, it's over in June. Him and Stipe agree to a contract to fight 3 months later with the fight camp. So you're looking at what? That's October, November.
Yeah.
That's best case scenario.
Sometimes this year, best case scenario.
Yeah, which I've seen where Stipe's still having problem where he had like that dislocated eyeball, whatever.
Socket.
No.
Detached retina.
Detached retina. There it is.
There you go.
I couldn't think of it.
This thing is just the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So Stipe had it. He's had surgery. Last start, he's still having like issues with vision until it heals or whatever. So it's probably going to be.
He'll blind in his eye if he gets hit hard enough.
Right. It's probably going to be 2021 till the trilogy between them. So
and at that point, it might be too late for Cormier. And Cormier's like, yeah, screw it.
Yeah. But Cormier, I don't know. Cormier's that type of guy that's
Cormier
not going to leave.
He has so much other stuff. Like he has so many other things he can do. He's such a personality. Like so many people like him. He's great at commentating.
Mm-hmm.
Like his show is great. Like he would be a great TV personality.
Dude, the Thug Rose commentary was
like
perfect.
Yeah. Like at what point do you just say, all right, that's enough? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like I feel like he's like that pure athlete. Like he doesn't want to leave things like open ended, like a question in his mind, like, okay, I beat Stipe, I knocked him out. Now Stipe beat me.
And he wants John again. Like he's chasing John.
I don't know. All right, let's say
at heavyweight though.
But let's say he comes back, fights Stipe, right? Stipe beats him again. I think he calls it a day at that point.
Yeah, I would hang up my hat.
But if he wins, if he beats Stipe, he wants John at heavyweight.
Oh, I think if he beats Stipe, he calls John out at heavyweight in the post fight. If he beats Stipe,
yeah,
to get John to heavyweight.
Yep.
But if he loses, he has to hang it up. You've lost to John twice, legitimately lost to John, like no question either fight. You've lost to Stipe
twice,
once.
Well, if he loses again.
If he loses again, yes. But at this point, once, no questions, you got knocked out. You lose to him again, that's it. Like, you can't question your way back into a title fight. You can't be like, oh, I'll go back to light heavyweight to fight John. Like, I think at that point in his age, you have to hang it up if he loses again. Yeah. So
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But
this whole UFC life is put on hold, unfortunately.
It really is. I don't even know if they're still going to actually make the Khabib Ferguson.
They got to do,
dude. They're holding on to that last thread as hard as they can.
They're working. They're trying.
They're fingertipping the cliff.
It's such a stretch to get it done.
If you like look at all the Dana White shit and everything, it's happening. Like it's literally going to be last second. They're going to go, I'm sorry. We tried everything we could.
Yep.
To put this shit on.
Oh no, they're going to fly him into an empty gym in Vegas. They're going to wipe everything down. They're going to put 5 like television cameras in there. It's going to be Dana White, like Tony and Khabib, and like 2 coaches. And they're going to be like, let's get this on.
Did you listen to Chael's like podcast from this past week where
I did not.
He just put on the Submission Underground like Tuesday night or Monday night or whatever. And they were asking him, like, how did you pull it off? And, like, he's like, I had to call city to city. I finally found one that said, listen, if you follow the guidelines of the state's recommendations of 10 people or less, which they had already planned for it to be, like, 4 people or less by the time they, like, put on the show. He said they have, like, literally cameras, like, mounted, like, permanently to shoot it instead of having cameramen. It was literally the fighter, a coach, a doctor for each team, so that's 6. The commentary done by Chael was like done remotely. Everything was broadcast like from a trailer outside the venue, so everyone was kept separate. And once you like had your match or whatever in the submission game, you had to leave. You couldn't stay in the building. It was like, all right, you're done, cool, out the building, go. So there's obviously some way to pull it off if you're the UFC. It's just like, do you want to pull it off at that low of a scale of production? That's the problem.
Yes. We just want to see it.
Yeah. Obviously, this is the one fight that you...
And they're still going to make money. They're going to sell... Because everybody's locked in. They're going to sell so many, like...
But here's the thing. How many people at home with no sports to watch, nothing to watch, are be like, fuck it, we're buying it?
Oh, a
That's
shit
what
ton
I'm
more.
saying. They're going to sell so many pay-per-views.
Yeah. But this is literally the only fight that the UFC could do this with.
Yeah, just because of its ramifications.
Yeah, like, everyone has been waiting to do this fight. You can't be like, oh, we're going to show you Poirier versus Gaethje tonight. And everyone's like, whatever. Like, most people tune in because it's nothing else to watch. But this is the one fight, like, they're going to push to put on because of the ramifications and how bad people want this fight.
Yeah.
They're going to do everything they can to get this fight going. So I hope it happens because at this point, I need something to watch. I've finished Tiger King. I don't know.
Have you watched Nick Millions on HBO yet?
No, I need to. I really need to.
Good. You should watch that.
Okay, so have you watched the new stand-ups from Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura?
Oh, yeah, they're hilarious.
Which I think Tom Segura's blew Bert Kreischer's out of the water. Personal
I
opinion.
like Bert. Bert was
Did
so,
you?
like... Tom's was probably... I will say that Tom's was probably a better stand-up.
Yes.
But Bert was so Bert. If you know what I mean. Like, if you're
Yeah.
a Bert fan, his stand-up was very much Bert, and it was really funny.
I think
It was very Bert. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, Tom's was, like, probably the more highbrow, more, like
I think
overall, like,
Tom has
artsy.
more of the stand-up that you have to think about style than Bert.
Yeah.
Like, Bert, you can, like, tune in, like, halfway through, get his jokes. Tom links all his shit together. There where you're kind of like, you catch the beginning, but then he links it to the end type style, which I like.
Yeah.
I haven't finished Bert's.
I think
Tom's is hilarious as shit.
Bert's best thing was the coffee shop with the barista.
Oh, that was
I think that was
hilarious.
the
I did see
best
that part already.
jokes he had. When he was like,
that's like he just
no
put
cream,
out...
I don't want it to know its father.
Yeah.
You know, that joke was the best one. Not to spoil it for anybody, sorry. But, all right. You guys trying to wrap up this COVID-19 quarantine style podcast?
Definitely trying to wrap it up.
All right, man. Thanks for joining in, though, remotely.
Let's just stop snoring.
What?
Meg snoring. She's literally asleep.
Is she really?
All right, man. Well, it was good talking to you, and we'll watch you later.
Later.
Peace.
All right, man.
All right, that was another episode of Not Your Experts.
COVID-19 style, you know what I'm saying?
You know, first calling, that was pretty good. We'll have to do that again maybe next weekend.
That worked
Try
well.
something new. Yeah, I
kind of like that.
It makes it easier now to have more people on. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to leave the house. Like, all right,
Right.
what could we call? So it makes it easy.
And once we get the cable, we can probably rock 2 callers at once.
Yeah.
They say with this, like, the wired way is the better way to go, obviously, for connection. You're not trying to...
Oh, yeah. Well, that worked out good, though. So
That worked well. But...
All right. Well, this is Not Your Experts.
You know,
Way out.
Sanitize your hands.
Yeah, wash them.
6 feet.
77 degrees water. Make them super suds.
Super sucks.
Get on them crevices. Cut your nails.
Keep 6 feet.
Wear a mask. Something.
Quarantine yourself as much as you can. Let's get over this shit and move on. Not your experts. PSA.
Yeah, we're out of here. See ya.